Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece episodes 265 and 266. And all I'm going to say in this intro is subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I definitely appreciate that. I know I ask a lot, but I think it's the best way. If you like what I do and you like the content I make, subscribing is definitely something I appreciate the most. So if you do that, I appreciate it. If not, continue to watch. That's okay. You can also check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to watch ahead, early and uncut. And let's go ahead and start. You have a really good view. You might be able to find her easier this way. Possibly. You can't really hide in plain sight here. It doesn't work that way. He thinks it's so easy, but nope. A valid Luffy strategy. Bye-bye. I don't think anyone's gonna answer you where Robin is. And they can just take the beating. So they're trying to make sure that they catch them before they go through there, right? God, this place is huge. Well, this is the distraction. This is what they needed. This is why they're here. It's a little too late for reinforcements. At least for everybody here. It sounds like a huge battle between two armies, but instead it's just Luffy and all those guys. He's looking more and more evil each time we see him. That's where they're at. And as long as he's him, he'll always be badass. Just bust through the entire thing. Nothing can go wrong. These angles and views make this place really look huge. Looks like a great vacation spot. At least visually. Luffy doesn't know what no is. What's the definition of no? That is the worst position you can be in. Now you're controlled by Luffy. I don't know how he's a robot. Other than, I guess, following your orders because you're controlling him. How are you gonna not hurt him, though? Yep. You're doing more damage to your allies than you're doing to Luffy. That was a mistake. Do they have unlimited peons? Like these level 1. It's like you have all your infantry units and you're bringing out like 1,000 level 1s to take on a level 1,000. He eats food. It's because of that, yeah. Don't think he heard you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You can't even tell it's nighttime the way it's there. I have little faith. Little faith in them. I'm sure they're strong, but their appearances are interesting, to say the least. Hopefully they don't underestimate them, which it seems like a lot of them do. They are passed out for the count. Probably dreaming about nothing. Rope master. Too bad he gets so embarrassed with women. I mean, he's got the power of rope he could use. I mean, he could be using those ropes for kinky reasons. He would be amazing in the WWE. He needs to be a wrestler. So this is what Frankie was teaching them. Steal and bash things, break into things, demolish. This actually is their expertise. No wonder they would be good in a spot like this. They're big enough. You would think they'd be able to pull this pretty easily. But who knows how much those doors weigh? These doors in One Piece, these things are freaking huge. They must weigh a ton to open. Like normally open. Man, they quickly overpowered them. The tides have swayed. When we saw the people on the train, I didn't really realize how many people they actually had. Oh, the people they were talking about. So they woke up? Possibly? We've seen a few of them in this show. And they thought they were big. So that's their specific job is they always have like huge people. That's the only way you're opening those doors. Now that makes sense. When is battles ever fair though? You can't say that in a fight. Even the big egg there is not big enough to fight, or those guys. Somebody's got to lead, and then they'll follow. I have a bad feeling it's not going to do that much damage to them. Ooh, yep. A giant boot to the face is going to beat, you know, how small they are every time. They just weren't huge enough. I wonder if they are from, you know, like over 100 episodes ago, the other giants. I wonder if they're talking about warriors. Any relation to those guys at all? The way they fight is the same. Kind of reminds me of them. Are they just going around? Luffy's the only one by himself. And, holy shit. I thought there was a lot of people, but holy hell. They brought everybody. Can Luffy beat 10,000 people? I knew there was a lot of people here, but I didn't think there was any way in hell they were going to bring out every single person. It looks like they woke up everybody and pulled every single person to take on Luffy. The other thing was I don't think they were completely in the know of how many people were out there. So when they were calling for reinforcements, I think they made the assumption that there was a lot of people attacking, more than one. And if that's the case, then that means that's the reason why there would be 10,000 people. Luffy doesn't seem scared at all, though. We've seen him take on a lot of people, but I mean, how well trained are these guys too? World government people, we're seeing the Navy people. We're not seeing any like bigger guys. They all look like very low end, you know, like the lower ranked people, or like the low end world government people. That's what it looks like to me. Because they're not centering on anybody. They're just showing them in a wide shot. They can't even speak. We saw the giants have very unique laughs. So we're getting I think we got that from one of them as well. This is one of the last places I would expect some of those guys to be here. I'm wondering how they why they would end up working here. Though I'm sure a lot of those guys have different morals. They're probably not as good as the ones we've met. Or good-hearted. The way that looked there, it looked like they were damn dinosaurs. That's a Bible story. Those names. Yeah, if you can somehow make them trip, that's really the only advantage you're gonna have. Getting them to the ground. Since when do they have special moves? Maybe break the door at the same time? Now, these guys are probably the strongest of the group here. Kind of pig looking, that little nostril. Why do the enemies always hurt themselves? How many times have we seen that? They always bash each other. They've done more damage to their own allies than I feel like they've done to Luffy or any of those people. He sounds like he has a lot of confidence in them. You might want to get some extra stretchers. Holy fuck! There's no 10,000. 10,000. That's the fastest we've ever seen Luffy punch. Holy. Okay, that's only part of them, but still. He's even applying time management here. How did this guy get in charge of CP9? It's so crazy to me. He just doesn't feel like he fits with how serious the other guys are. He fits with them, though. It's gotta have been a while since they've seen them. Looks like a symbol for, like, DNA. For some reason, I just see a little DNA thing. Everything is. But I mean, look what you're wearing. This is probably why these guys didn't go with them. They seem total opposites. Makes sense why they wouldn't put them in the same type of operation. Why do I feel like there should be something? He has that zipper in his mouth. He should have something inside him. He's so big and now he's just became a ball. Let's play soccer. Power levels? You don't have a fucking scouter? What is this, DBZ? What? There's actual power levels in this? Why are we just learning this now? I was waiting for it. It's over 9,000! Okay. I just want to stop for a second. This is... I did not expect this. The only reason why this is surprising to me is because they haven't talked about power levels at all in this show. And I've seen other shows, cough, cough, DBZ, really focus on power levels. Like, you know, to a maximum. So one of these 6 powers lets you tell power levels of people. I never thought I didn't think it would work that way. It's not like it's a completely bad thing. I'm not saying like having power levels is a bad thing. It's just, I didn't expect it from One Piece, and especially to be one of the 6 powers randomly. I don't know why. This is one of the most shocking things. I don't know why this is so shocking to me. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I wonder what Luffy's power level. Now I'm wondering what everyone's power level is. Is Usopp's more than 10? Is like Luffy's has got to be, I mean, his has got to be lower than 2,000 then, right? If he lost maybe not. I don't know. Does everybody actually have a power level? Can he gauge it? This is crazy. So maybe like Luffy and Zoro are like 2,500, 3,000? Maybe? Oh, so it can't gauge everything. So that's an incomplete thing then. If it can't gauge it fully, you could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know if you could actually be accurate with that then. This guy talks a lot. What the? Katherine? Is that someone that should be another Katherine in the Katherine game? Katherine, and Katherine, and Katherine? I can imagine. I don't think that's wrong for him. Level 9 seems right. That's amazing. I love this dynamic. What do you do if your existence is sexual harassment? Or you can do a fake version of that by do Iron Body. I don't know why, but I don't feel like I trust what this guy says. This just seems like they're in a play now. That's a good performance. I guess this is an everyday thing. They're almost as goofy as Luffy and the crew and everybody hanging out. I didn't think I would like their dynamic. They do work well together. Nice back and forth. It's because you probably can't do any of this yourself with that power level of 9. What is that? Wait a second. Is that a devil fruit? We know that, like, we've seen Luffy's devil fruit. We see they seem to look different, right? Because they're different devil fruits. These symbols and yeah, these look like devil fruits to me. Because it seemed like the barkeeper was the only one that at least that we've seen that has him and the main guy with the pigeon, they both have devil fruit abilities, or it seemed like it anyway. The other one seemed to have a devil fruit ability when he transformed. Where the hell did he get that? This is probably what's driving her too. Remembering all these fond memories. Compared to her childhood, this has got to have been paradise. Amazing, like, just amazingness. It seems so long ago now. Jump off, right? They have the biggest group, though. Well, strongest group with Zoro there. Everybody's doing their part. This would not have worked if they didn't have every piece here. Or okay, that actually worked like a yo-yo. You're just supposed to go back down. This really is the worst place to go. Whenever it plays this music at the end of an episode, all I want, since it happens all the time, is Luffy screaming every single time. Because that's what it normally happens, and when it's missing it, it feels incomplete. We need Luffy to scream something. It doesn't matter what it is. There was a lot of things in this episode, mostly in the matter of like 5 or 6 minutes. I think the main thing, that guy's like holding devil fruits. It looked like 2 devil fruits right there. How did he get them? Question, how did he get them? for how many devil fruit powers we've seen people have in this show, and I've said this before, how common is getting these devil fruits? It's like, are they just hard commodities, like people just save them for a rainy day or something? Because they're always sitting around, or they just have them. I remember when I heard, like in the first episode, and with devil fruits in general, like hearing the words devil fruits, I would think, okay, this would be something that you wouldn't be able to just grab easily. It would be in a hidden place, or just like, I wouldn't think it would be this common, but the guy has a couple there. That's just insane to me. And if it's not, it looks like it. If it's not, I'd be very surprised if those aren't. But the other, I think, big thing was the dynamic between everybody in CP9. I don't know about you, but you guys let me know what you think of the back and forth between all of them. It really reminded me of Luffy and everybody else's back and forth. Even though we don't like these guys and they're the bad guys, and it's like, I don't know, we just met a couple of them, but we really dislike the others, but it was just perfect. I don't know what it was. It reminded me, so maybe it's just because it reminds me of the Straw Hats, how they had been acting before all this craziness. It was kind of, I can't say nostalgic, because it hasn't really, like, I guess you can say that because everyone's like split up right now. Robin is with them, and and Usopp's technically not part of their group right now, and all this. So, but like, it did feel kind of like how they used to do things. So I don't know. I really liked their dynamic. It was funny. Them just by themselves, super serious, was not. It was just unpleasant, and you really dislike them. But mix them in with those characters and their boss, and it was actually kind of funny and watchable. I wouldn't mind a couple episodes of their back and forth, just them arguing with each other and stuff. I wouldn't even mind them going on adventures or something. Like, no joke. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird. Power scaling. They can actually do power like a scouter. I couldn't help but compare it to Dragon Ball Z with a scouter, but you can check power levels. That's something that came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that to be one of the 6 powers, but 2, having that in One Piece at all. I always wondered who's stronger. It's like Luffy and them are so much stronger than everybody else. Like, and then they get super overpowered by other people, and it's really hard to tell who's stronger than who. It's because you don't really pit them against each other that much. The closest thing we saw was Usopp versus Luffy, and I'm so curious what Usopp's power level is. If that boss's is 9, I feel like Usopp's has got to be like, I mean, he's got to be stronger. I mean, he can do some, but it's not really strength though. It says it's gauges martial arts strength, so probably like 25 for Usopp, right? Maybe. And that makes me think everything, if it's only martial arts strength, then Usopp's advantages wouldn't be displayed there. Any devil fruit powers, so Luffy would have a lower level because they wouldn't count anything he can do with using rubber and all that, right? Like, so how, I don't know, it's like an incomplete, it's like incomplete being able to gauge power levels on that. Those power levels are not, yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it. It doesn't feel complete to me. If I'm missing anything, definitely let me know in the comments. I don't know what I was getting from that. I probably got more excited than I really should have. But I couldn't help it. It's just something that was so unexpected. I like when power levels are done correctly, and it's not like you're not stuck with that power level either, but there's not like ridiculous where you can't go past something, or they're not going in the billion trillions. Like, it's not as bad, you know? But the way they were talking about it and it not being able to gauge everything feels right. I actually like how that's set up. That means that it's not a set number, and somebody can still beat somebody with a lower power level. That's the way I got from that anyway. But But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon if you want to watch episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/ajrich123. And all my social medias are down in the description below. I'd appreciate if you checked all those: Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.